we have one major question.
Go for it.
Okay, so y'all killed Dabb.
Yes.
So the question is, now that, what are the repercussions going to be of Dean killing Dabb?
Oh, there are repercussions. We get into them in the second episode, and they're going to play, I think, over the course of, it's not just one episode, it's more of a storyline for us, but there are definitely, ripple effects going from that. I mean, death was a great character for us. There's always got to be a death. The question is, who is it?
Right.
Yeah.
In theory, it's been said before that whoever kills death becomes death. Yeah, okay, I like that. Non-committal.
It's not a
Look,
no.
a lot of things get said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that answer. Okay.
So the other question I've been asking is, what about Charlie?
Right.
How you gonna fix that?
Well, Charlie and her possible return, I'm going to plead the fifth on.
Okay.
But I do think that fans will be encouraged.
Okay.
There are a lot of episodes. Most episodes are drama, and then you have those funny episodes. How do you manage the balance between comedy and the drama?
Well, I think to me that's the essence of great storytelling. Is like, even if you look at film and books and things like that, the best dramatic stories always have a hint of humor in them, and the best funny stories always have a certain dramatic truth to them. And I think that's the challenge when you walk into this. And certainly Supernatural plays with the one-liner, I think, as good or better than any show on television. At the same time, if there's no depth behind the characters, it doesn't really land. It just becomes a gag reel. And those are fun. They're great to show at Comic-Con. But week to week, I think people come for the heart, and that's what we really try to emphasize. And it's the heart with a little smile.
Are there any comedy episodes planned, though?
Right now, I would say, in the first run, we have 2 episodes that I think fit that bill, that are going to kind of take our guys in a different direction, put them up against someone the bad guy who they've never been up against, one of which may be more of a bunny head. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I think I think those are gonna be some really funny episodes, and some I'm more on the lighter side. Yeah.
Are there any plans to bring in a strong female lead at any point?
I think to a degree that depends on how you define lead.
I mean, not like the brothers, of course.
Sure. I mean, but for example, last year, when we introduced Rowena, we saw her as a 3 to 4 episode character. She ended up doing more episodes last year, being in more episodes than Castiel was, and she's been awesome for us. And I think, for us, it's about finding those characters that really land and finding those actors or actresses that really land. And I think that this season, without giving too much away, I think there is a character coming down the pike that I think fans are going to really respond to in that way.
Because your show has been on for 11 seasons or more, and you touched on every mythical and every mythological entity. Do you plan out everything for the next few seasons? Because there's so much that you guys are covering for the 11 years.
We don't think about 2 or 3 years in advance, just because we very much hope we'll be here in 2 or 3 years, but you just never know. What I would say is, usually about September, depending on how things are going, depending on the things, then we'll start talking about how does this season bleed into the next season, what can we do? And that's very much how kind of this, the darkness came about, and then it comes about kind of teeing it up and leading up to it. And we've been very fortunate to have a little warning, I guess you could say, about the show's fate, and hopefully that will continue. But we don't sit and plan out, 3 years down the road we're going to do this, just because you never know. But I would say we have a broad story, and it could stretch out for 3 years, or it could be condensed, should that become necessary, which I think we all hope it doesn't.
Is there a moment in the early part of the season that you can't wait for the fans to see?
Oh, very much so. I think.
Tell us about it.
I think that there is a moment in episode 4 that I'm very interested to see how the fans kind of respond to. I think episode 4 for us has been kind of a keystone episode in terms of it has a very cool conceit. It's a lot of fun, but also does some stuff dramatically that I think the fans are going to be very interested in. I also think starting in episode 2, particularly for Sam, something happens that I think the fans are going to be very interested in.